The liberated Klishchiivka is located about 15 kilometers from here. The infantry moved forward under the cover of artillery anti-tank units.
These warriors compare themselves to snipers. Their work is equally secretive. Often anti-tank gunners carried out combat missions just a few hundred meters from the enemy.
We can say that we work close to the enemy. We work against armored vehicles, and if the armored vehicles notice us, they will work against us. And there were such cases. There were even duels between anti-tank gunners and tank crews.
The defenders say that the Russians hit them with tanks, even when the equipment was camouflaged and standing in the caponiers. In such cases, it is not easy to destroy them.
Get lower, brother. Bingo. Handsome.
Thanks to this system, soldiers of the 80th Separate Airborne Assault Brigade destroyed armored Russian vehicles in Klishchiivka. The Ukrainian Stuga anti-tank missile system effectively hits targets at a distance of 1.5 kilometers.
This is a tube. It's got a missile in it, and when the missile launches, it needs to switch from the starting engine to the route for the first 100 meters, and it catches the beam at that moment. So, roughly speaking, for the first 700 to 800 meters, it's spinning like this to get in line.
Stuga works remotely. It is difficult for operator Peta to remember the brightest target in Klishchiivka. We worked mainly on the enemy's manpower. The Russians were holding this territory to the last man.
They didn't flee, and until the very last moment, until we took Klishchiivka, they reinforced their advanced positions with manpower, and there was no way for vehicles to enter, because we controlled the entire sector. They were just throwing manpower at us. Were these fierce fights? Well, this is all a common thing for us, but Klishchiivka is one of the most difficult stages in this war. Is there nothing left of this city? Just piles of bricks and concrete.
The anti-tank gunners say that they have never seen such a number of enemy drones as our Klishchiivka, and the shelling here continued around the clock.
It's a fragment. Fragment? Yes, it could have been a mortar, it could have been grad, anything could have been.
Soldier Yehor shows the consequences of a Russian shell fragment hitting a rocket launcher. The soldier himself also has such a trophy. In Klishchiivka, an anti-tank gunner was wounded by shrapnel.
About 70 meters away from us, a mortar hit us. I don't remember which one, probably the 120 millimeters, and I got injury. I already realized it when we got into the car and we drove away. My left side started to burn very badly, and I asked the guys to see what was there, and they started lighting up and were like, well, you're wounded.
The soldiers say that the Russians had time to mine everything in Klishchiivka and build their own line of defense, so it was an advantageous position for them to fight. However, on September 17th, the Ukrainian defenders liberated Klishchiivka with their blood and sweat. And they are not going to stop there. Reported by Roman Smoler, Alena Gramova, Yevhen Karmazin, UATV News.